generations.
We have a question back here in the back row. You want to speak about for them?
Yes. First of all, I gotta say thank you for both to be here, for us to join us with this really nice and amazing, like movie and person.
It's a great pleasure, believe me.
Yes.
Lovely to be back at Disney.
After 54 years for the masterpiece, you're bringing back the most amazing story on the world. And for the new generation, the new millennials, how was for you guys to be part of the new millennials? Just like,
What does it feel like?
Yes.
Well, I feel like a fish out of water, to be honest with you. I mean, times have changed, obviously, over the years. We're in a different world from the one that I began all those 50, God knows how many years ago. And I'm adjusting to it, but I have to mind my P's and Q's, as we say. So if I make some boo-boos, you'll forgive me.
I mean, I will say that Angela came from the era of the MGM musical, the Hardy Girls, etc. That's the golden era of musicals on film. And I think that this film tries to recapture that extraordinary level of artistry. And that's something we all achieved, that we all worked to achieve throughout. And for me, I just have to say, having Angela in this film, it's a very small amount of screen time, but it feels so big because it's Angela. And you have to believe that this balloon lady is magical, and who else has that magic? And it's not only her work as an actor, because she disappears into roles with such extraordinary artistry, but also the legacy of what she's brought to film, starting with Gaslight and taking us all the way through the incredible Disney projects like Bedknobs and Broomsticks and like Beauty and the Beast, etc. So to have her there leading the finale for us, you have to understand what that was. That was the honor of my life to have her there.
Well, it was a lovely experience for me because I had my granddaughter with me, and she had never seen me on the she'd seen me on the screen, I think, maybe not, but anyway, it was her first time to be on a Disney set, which is pretty extraordinary, believe me. When you're a young kid, and she was very young, even though now she's grown up and she's got a baby, but at that time, it was a first for her, and it was the most thrilling experience of her young life, to see you directing these extraordinary crowd scenes, massive numbers of people, and me as the balloon lady, that was a fun thing for me to do. You do it with one hand tied behind your back when you've done as many different things as I have. But nevertheless, it was all about character. It was all about the times, and it was a lovely experience for me and for her. So I thank you for that.
Oh, that's lovely.
We have a question in the front row here, Jessica, the bow tie.
For both of you, why do you think the character of Mary Poppins has been beloved for so many decades, and what do you love about her?
Well, I think you have to remember that she is a magical character, and therefore her effect on children is extraordinary, because she brings a quality of magic with her without them even realizing that that's what she's doing. And I think that's what makes Mary Poppins a character that kids never forget once they've sort of been allowed to watch her in motion. She certainly is an interesting person to be around. And I think that you have managed to bring that to this movie, is that the children are just dazzled by her, but they go ahead and do what she tells them to do. And they find themselves able to do all of these extraordinary things, and that's what makes it magical. It's just lovely. And nothing like magic, believe me.
It's true.
Magic.
How about the voice?
You've got the voice.
Incredible voice.
Voice.
Angela's exactly right, and it's the duality of the character too, because she's one thing in real life, and then she which is strict, of course, and very proper, etc. and sometimes abrasive and tough. But but then she opens up in these adventures,
Yes.
and you know, and denies having these adventures. You know, so the unknowingness of who she is, that mystery of who she is, where'd she come from, did the adventures really happen? Did they not? All of that is so fascinating too. And I will say it does move into, in a way, for me, Eglantine from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. There's that eccentricity to the character that Angela played in that. And these wonderful characters that children, as Angela said so beautifully, can believe in and take them to these other places. Kids are so cynical these days, I think.
And we have a
And
question.
they grow up very quickly. Hello.
Sorry.
And they grow up very quickly. And so my point is that I think that it's nice to let children be children, as Angela said so beautifully.
Sorry. No, I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
to cut
no,
you
no,
off.
no, no.
Yes, children should be children. Red shirt in the back.
Red shirt in the back.
Hello, and thank you for having me. Since there are 8 books, I'm sure everyone wants to know, will there be more Mary Poppins returning stories, movies? Will we get to see more?
Well, there's certainly a lot of material. I mean, as you probably know, the books are very episodic. So as I was saying before, there's no real narrative to any of them. So you have to create a narrative. But I do think that, you know, there's a wealth of material still there to work from. So we'll see. I don't know. It's interesting.
Right next.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
So one of my jobs is being a play therapist. And
Is that what?
a play therapist. I'm a child psychologist and a play therapist. And so one of my jobs is actually teaching parents and coaching them how to play and letting go of their inhibitions and how to play with their children and, you know, capture their inner child. So my question to you, especially, you know, during the balloon scene, the beloved balloon scene, is how did you get the actors to tap into their inner child during that scene and during the movie?
Well, with someone like Angela, it's easy because she carries that with her. I mean, Angela is ageless, as you see. Can I say your age in front of
Yeah.
people? She's 93. I just want to put that out there. You know, we should all be so lucky. But it's how she lives her life. She is an extraordinary woman, but that is the lesson right there. I mean, it's just living right here. That's the lesson of how to live and find the child inside and the joy inside and the music inside. That's what she has in spades.
Well, think of some of the people that I've looked inside in the course of my career. Make your hair stand on end. But obviously, to play a role in which I'm working with children or for children, to make them feel comfortable and happy, certainly that's something as a mother and as a woman I'm anxious to do. And in some instances I've had an opportunity, a couple of opportunities, and mainly through Disney. And I'm so thankful for that, because otherwise, if you think of my career, what I've done in the past, and who I've played, and what I've been asked to do as an actress on screen, Manchurian Candidate, for instance, or something like that. So
That needs a round of applause.
Yeah.
Because Manchurian Candidate is one of the most extraordinary films, and your work in that is so extraordinary.
Well-
She was Oscar nominated for that.
Well, listen, what am I? I am an actress. You can't believe a word I'm saying. But I'm called upon as an actress to play such a variety of roles. But that's what I do, and that's what I was given. I have a God-given talent as an actress. I'm not saying I don't, because I really do, and I know that. And not with any sense of accomplishment necessarily. It was just something that I was born with, and I'm forever thankful, and I thank God every night for it, and for an extraordinarily fruitful career playing so many different things. But working in a Disney film is something totally apart and different from any other roles that I've ever played, because it requires a simplicity and a warmth and a humanity that doesn't really exist in most shows that I've done over the years, and there have been a lot of them, as you know. But so it's a rarity to have the opportunity as an actress to be in a Disney film. And I'll play anything. Just call me up and I'll be there. So, because I love to work for children and kids, thank goodness, they will greet me on the street and they hear my voice and they'll say, "Oh, it's Mrs. Potts," you know. And God help me that I sound like Mrs. Potts all the time, but apparently I do. It's the, as we call it, the timbre of my voice. And I'm very grateful and thrilled that I had that opportunity during the long, long course of my career. It's really been wonderful.
Time for one last question. How about there in the center with the hat?
Ms. Lansbury, I just wanted to know, because my girlfriend loves bed knobs and broomsticks, and I would love to campaign for Rob to direct it, but would you like, with how CGI and visual effects is these days, and Hollywood being about remakes, would you personally like to see that as a remake?
Bed knobs and broomsticks? No. No. I think it's, no, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Rob, I'm sorry.
It was fun. It was lovely doing it. And, it was my introduction to Disney, so yeah.
And I will just say, because everything Angela does is iconic for me, and it's almost impossible to see someone else take on that. And I just will, because she's just. I mean, how many women do you know and great actors do you know that are character actresses and leading ladies at one time? It just doesn't happen. And so, I mean, I just want to take this moment because I think she knows, but she is my hero, and there's no one like her. The word original is thrown around way too much, but this woman is an original. Period.
You're very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I know
everybody.
Everyone
Thank you.
has.
Thank you.
Thanks, great to see everybody. Thank you.